Part 24G, Reading Glasses and Rebar on the Flat Earth. Okay, I thought it was necessary to bring up reading glasses. I had a comment a couple days ago, and somebody was talking about reading glasses and sunglasses. I'm going to talk about them because of computer screens, okay? Because computer screens wreak havoc on my eyes. I usually let Mia handle all these topics because I don't really like to go into them, and she does a much better job of explaining them and in a much more pleasant way than I do. But reading glasses and computer screens, they kill my eyes, absolutely kill my eyes. So I do not like reading comments. I don't like replying to comments, but I do it, or I was doing it, and I stopped there for a while because I was getting massive headaches. Computer screens give me massive headaches. I do not like to be on the computer. I never, like, I have a cell phone that I got recently just because my personal situation, because I'm not access to a ground line right now. But I don't like doing anything on a cell phone. I don't like taking them with me, and I do not like doing stuff on computers. I'm forced to do this because it's the only way I felt I could get this information out to people was through YouTube. So I'm forced to do stuff on the computer, which I do not like to. And I do not like to read comments. I do, but it gives me massive headaches if I'm on too long. So that's why I've been limiting the comments and my replies. And the other thing that people need to realize with reading glasses is that you're not going to need these once a catastrophe hits. Okay, there's not going to be anything to read, and you're not going to be doing anything where you're going to be needing to see at that very close distance. Everything is going to go back to the way that your eyes were created, which was to see far away from a binocular eye set that we have. So now, what you're going to want, and the reason why I won't get corrective glasses is because I don't want it to ruin my eyes. If you wear glasses, you are changing the way that your eyes see the world. And I am choosing to not worry about computer screens and find small text and everything because I want to be able to see the way that my eyes are supposed to see at distance. And there's still 20/20 at distance. It's just one of them up close is not 20/20 anymore. And I've been putting this off, and I'm going to keep on putting it off because I do not want to ruin my vision by putting corrective glasses on them. Yeah, because that will start screwing up my vision at distance. So when it comes to comments, I will try to do it, but like today I've been responding to comments and I'm starting to get my headache again, so I'm going to really limit it, and I will, so if I do reply, great, but just keep on planning that I'm not going to be replying to comments, okay? So address your questions to other people, unless it's an absolutely absurd question, then either I'm going to, most of those I just have to respond to. I'm sorry, that's just in my nature. I just have to. Okay, and now let's get on to the other part of this, the rebar, because there's been a ton of comments about, the controllers making it through, gee, why would we want to live in a world with the controllers making it through? I pinned one of the comments up top to the 24F, but I'm going to go into greater detail here. And I know I'm going to get comments from people, gee, why are you letting the controllers know? Why are you letting the controllers know? People, they've already built their bunkers. They're already screwed, okay? They're not prepared, nor will they even hear this message because of their beliefs and their hubris, okay? But when it comes to the controllers and them getting to the other side, they're not going to make it. Yes, a very small percentage of them will, okay? Just by sheer numbers and stuff. And I'm going to go through the points of why they're not going to make it and why it doesn't matter if they know this or not. It's too late in the game. They're not going to go and retrofit everything that they have. One, because those places are all over the world and they don't have the resources or the time to do it right now. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. And plus, they're not going to believe me anyways. They're going to be like, oh, who's that idiot? he doesn't know anything. And they're going to go down into their bunkers that are all made with rebar. Okay? All of their bunkers are made with cement and rebar. Rebar, for people that don't know, is just metal. And then they have all their electricity because they love electricity. They have all of that stuff in all of their bunkers, okay? Because they can't live without it. And then they have metal equipment. All of their equipment is metal, okay? Now, are you guys starting to see why they're not going to make it? So for the same reason why the cities are going to get destroyed is the same reason why their bunkers are going to be destroyed, okay? They're going to go down into these underground bunkers that are absolutely littered with steel, electrical wiring, metal, gasoline, everything else. This plasma does not stop at the surface. Okay, when it grounds, it goes into the ground where these bunkers are, and they are going to get fried. So all the people that hate the controllers and are worried about them getting through feel good that they are going to be fried, just like anybody that stays in the cities. Okay, the people that stay in the cities are going to get fried, and the people that go underground in these bunkers will be fried. Now, you have a better chance of surviving this by staying on the surface and getting away from combustible materials, staying away from metals, all the things that I've been trying to tell you. Okay, the controllers aren't going to hear me. They're not going to hear me at all. They're not going to listen. They have their own beliefs, and they think what they think, and they're wrong. And they're going to learn it in that day when they all get fried. Now, there's other things that are going to occur that makes being underground not good at all, besides the electrical plasma that's going to be grounding through their bunkers, okay? And you're going to have an explosion with the press release that is going to be so massive that anything that's underneath ground is going to be absolutely leveled, okay? It's going to be leveled. The density of ground and the density of water makes sound waves even more intense in those densities. Air has the least amount of density, therefore it's the least amount of concussion and shock wave that you're going to get up in the air. Now, with that earthquake, with the pressure release, and like I've said before, an earthquake does not kill you. What kills you is things falling on you or things opening up and you falling in them. So being in a bunker, you are putting stuff over your head. It's the same reason why you don't want to be in a building in a city during an earthquake, because you can either fall from being at height or things can fall on you. If you're out in the middle of the plains, an earthquake is, I don't know, like one of those beds in a motel where you put a quarter in, it's like a massage, right? It's just going to shake and you're just going to be like, okay, cool. You know, that was fun. But down in a bunker, you are not going to make it through this worldwide earthquake. You ain't going to make it. Okay? The people that in the past that have made it through have been the ones that have been on the surface, okay? They're the ones on the surface that make it through. They're in the right spot, in the right location, at the right time, and they make it through. Being underneath ground is not what makes people come out. Now, there are cases where, you know, they talk about going down into caves, you know, underground caverns and things like that. That's a little bit better because there's no metal in there. But these underground bunkers, they are shysta out of luck. They are, because they're stupid. These people, you guys think that these people are smart. They're not smart, okay? These controllers are not smart at all. Now, the very top level of them, yeah, because they're not telling the bottom level people what to do properly. They don't want them to get through either. You know, these top level people, like the top 8,000 controllers in the world, they don't want the bottom 90% getting through of the minions that have been working for them. They don't want them to get through at all. Okay, so you're going to have earthquake, you're going to have pressure release, you're going to have shock wave, you're going to have things falling on them, along with all the electrical stuff that's going to be happening to them down the bunker. And then, so let's say a handful of them do make it through. Their planes are going to need spare parts. Their Humvees, their tanks, all those things are going to need spare parts and gasoline. Gasoline is going to be no longer, okay? They're going to have some stuff stored. If that stuff gets through, it's going to be used before they know it. And plus, gasoline only has a shelf life of a year before water starts building up in it. You cannot store gasoline longer than a year because the water will build up in it from condensation in the air, and it mixes with the gas and it ruins the gasoline. So there's a whole bunch of reasons why. Okay, but you have to understand the infrastructure after this event is gone. It is not a population killer. It's not an animal killer. What it is, it's a civilization killer. Okay, anything that was based off of electricity, the infrastructure that we have now in modern society is what gets leveled. Okay, population makes it through relatively easy. That's, quantifying that term. Animals will make it through. It's the civilization, it's the technology that doesn't, because they're made out of metals, wiring, and electricity. And that's what gets absolutely leveled from the plasma and from the fires and everything else. So the infrastructure of every country will be completely gone. It'll be gone. They're not going to have anything to remake spare parts with, to restock ammo, to restock gas supplies, to restock anything. Everything is leveled. So all you people thinking, oh, the controllers are just going to go out and they're just going to redo. People, it takes centuries, and especially after this one, because this is a long one. It's going to take centuries for them to get to that point again. And then what you guys are going to do is you're going to teach your offspring and the people around you. You're going to teach them what not to do. And if they start seeing the world go in that direction, then they need to exact revenge so we do not end up in the same place that we ended up on this one. So teach your children about what not to do, and then they can pass it on. And by the time that the controllers have technology rebuilt, they're going to have a resistance. Okay, the population. Because you're going to tell them about the deception and the lies and everything else. And that's what the message has to be after this. So stop worrying about the controllers. They ain't going to make it. They ain't going to make it. All right, that's it for now. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.